Okay, all right, so I have to give the disclaimer. In no way this is actually the test. So it's not a replica, right? So this has to be used in conjunction with your lab list. I don't think I have any respiratory slides here, but by Friday I'll probably add some more slides to it, okay? But this is
And
just,
where is this located?
say again?
Where is it located? You
No,
said
it's
by
not
Friday.
located anywhere. This is my,
Oh, okay.
yeah. Because they don't want us to do a review of any sort for this class, but again, I do it anyway.
You do what you wanna do.
That part.
Okay, so to make this quickly, let's see if you guys can answer. What is number one? Right, it's the esophagus, right? So what is number one pointing to?
Mucosa?
Yeah, just say the epithelium. More specific than that, what type of epithelium?
Cervical squamous.
Cervical squamous epithelium. Since we're dealing with the esophagus, what's number two?
Laminar propria.
Lamina.
Lamina propria. What's number three?
Muscular.
No.
Musculary. Mucosa, and then.
Muscular mucosa. Okay, what's number four?
Submucosa.
It is the submucosa. What about number five? Muscularis externa. What about number six?
Mucosa.
That's just a mucosa. Okay, so for you to say mucosa, you must see these three layers. You must see the epithelia, you must see the lamina propria, and you must see the muscularis mucosa. Don't worry about this slide. This is a stomach showing you parietal cells and chief cells. Don't worry about that. Okay, but this one says identify the slide.
Small intestine. No. This is the small
Okay.
intestine.
Is the small intestine? How you know it's the small intestine? Because the
of
small intestine has
villi.
villi. So now you have a choice of three small intestines. Which one would you choose? Huh? Well,
No,
why
ileum
would we
has-
not
no.
say the ileum? Because the ileum will have
Pairs
Peyer's patches.
patches.
There's no Peyer's patches. So which one would you say it is?
Jejunum.
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 With a T? Duodenum? Yes.
Duodenum.
Right? So why would we say the duodenum? Because you saw these things here, right? These are what? Brunner's glands. But I can't ask you the Brunner's gland. It's not on your list. But I could ask you name the region and you're gonna tell me it's a submucosa. I can tell you name the slide and you're gonna tell me it's a duodenum, okay? Alright, let's go on to the next one. Okay, so the pointer number 10 is pointing something specifically. What's that?
Goblet cell.
Goblet cell. Now, if I had to ask you, what slide is this?
The colon.
There's a colon. Alright? Why is it colon? Because the colon is made up of tons of glands, and we are seeing tons of glands, and you're also seeing tons of goblet cells. So that's how we're able to tell, okay? Okay, the first question, identify the slide.
Sub.
Say it loudly, please.
Liver?
No.
Let's say parotid.
Yeah.
Right, parotid. Now these clouds you see here, if it's pink or purple in this case, right, then it's the parotid. So with the parotid, right, serous acini predominates. So
Yes.
most of everything there is going to be serous acini. So number 13 is on the serous acini. And what number 12 is pointing to?
Mucosa.
Number 12.
Duct.
A duct, parotid duct. Okay? Okay, identify the slide.
Subman.
It is a salivary. You gotta be more specific on that.
Sublingual.
No. Submandibular.
Submandibular
Because
is
of
the half.
Right, you see 50-50 here, right?
Yeah.
Demilum.
So therefore it's submandibular. What gives it away?
Oh, the light and
Demilum.
the
Alright, identify number 14. What's number 14? Serous demilune. Okay, the serous demilune tells us that we're dealing with the submandibular. Again, look for 50-50, right? Okay, identify the slide.
Liver.
Okay, if I'm pointing to the middle, what would you say it is?
Central vein.
Central vein. Okay, I can't ask you the septors, which is number 16, but I can ask you, what is this structure here?
Portal triad.
Portal triad.
What you said number 16 was?
Number 16.
Don't go over that. Oh, you're not gonna access it.
Yeah, because it's a septa, okay? But it's not on your list. Okay, it says identify the slide.
Is that the sublingual?
Sublingual, why? Because mucus acini predominates. All these white clouds you'll be seeing here, right? Now, what is this here? Mucus acini. Yeah?
The cells,
This whole cloud here
Yeah.
is mucus acini. If I just point to one, then it'll be the mucus acini cell, which I don't ask you anymore. I just want you to identify all of these as just mucus acini. Okay, identify the slide. Kidney, very good. Kidney. Okay. Kidney. So what is 20 pointing to?
The glomerulus.
Okay, what is look and see where the pointer of 21 is?
The space.
Bowman space or capsular space. And yeah, capsular space or Bowman space, same thing. Right? Number 22, you really wouldn't see that anymore. But just in case, this is what? The cortex. Okay, so the cortex is where you see all of that.
are you gonna ask us to identify the whole region, like the renal corpuscle, like would they ask?
Yeah, if it's on your list.
It is.
And it's on your list?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, any place you'll see a whole bunch of glomerulus, that's from cortex. But if you're seeing a bunch of tubules like collecting duct, PCT, DCT, then it's a medulla.
You want the laser pointer again?
Again,
It's certain stuff you're gonna be using next semester. You must have a laser tablet.
We have fun.
Make a tablet.
I gotta be able to afford it.
No, don't point it at the people.
I can't point it here. Okay, alright, so identify the slide.
Kidney.
Kidney, what is this pointing to?
The glomerulus.
Glomerulus.
What's this pointing to?
Capsule space.
Bowman's cap.
Okay, so you have a choice between this one and this one, right? What would you call this one?
PCT.
And what would you call this one?
DCT.
Wait,
Why can't we do
You're-
this?
so is it because of like, okay, so
Don't put the
the
number
duct is
inside
clear
of it.
all in the middle?
The lumen, you mean?
Yeah,
lumen.
the
Lumen's
lumen,
clear.
and then
Right.
for the PCT it's like kind of cloudy in the middle?
Cloudy, because this is microvilli.
Well, you was
Okay.
covering it up on the quiz.
Yeah,
But I was covering this part, but
Yeah,
you
you
see
put it in the
all
middle,
here had the
Professor.
same
Yeah.
thing.
You put that
You
right
put it
in
in the
the
middle.
Right, it doesn't have to be in the middle. It'll be all over here, all over here, all over here, all over here.
You put it
Alright,
in
next
the
one.
middle.
Give
That's
it
why
to
I
us.
miss it. That's why I miss it.
Huh?
That's why I miss
Okay,
it. You put it in the
you
middle.
wouldn't miss it on the five.
What you say?
Huh?
The cloudy one?
The cloudy one, we're gonna call this the
Well,
PCT.
you make sure you
And the
write
other
that
one
one.
is-
It's the
Clear one,
distal convoluted
DCT.
tubule.
So are you okay with the abbreviations or you want the whole?
No, write it out. Write it out. Please write it out. Okay, so here you have another chance. If I ask you to name the region, Stacy, what region would this be?
The renal corpuscle.
The region.
Wait,
the,
which region?
The medulla, right? So,
Well,
region of this whole thing here. That's the medulla. Okay, because right, because you see a whole bunch of. If you were seeing the glomerulus and so forth, then we're gonna call that what? The cortex.
Are we still talking about the kidney?
So if you look at the kidney,
Okay. We don't need
it
to-
has a cortex and has a medulla. But most of the tubules are within the medulla, and the actual renal corpuscle is usually present within the cortex. Okay? Alright, so it's saying 24, it's 24.
DCT.
Right, that'll be the representation of a DCT, and this right here is what?
PCT.
You can
PCT.
tell that.
Right, PCT, okay? Alright, next one. Okay, it says identify the slide.
Is it a ureter?
Huh?
Ureter?
Tell us why you say it's a ureter.
Oh, I don't know. It just looks
You
like
see,
a
you
very
see,
star.
you see the
Star
star?
shape. Star shape.
You're starting to see the star shape, okay? So if this is a ureter, then what is number 27?
Transitional.
Everything.
Transitional epithelium. Okay, identify this one. Urinary bladder. And you can see the cells, right? Now the urinary bladder has these special type of transitional epithelium. Here's one. This is called an umbrella cell. It's shaped like an umbrella, so we call it an umbrella cell, right? And you'll find these umbrella cells really when you look at the urinary bladder. Okay? I can't ask you what is number 29. They took that off your list. However, I can ask you what is 30. And number 30 is the transitional epithelium. So I could ask you to identify, right? And I can also ask you to
And what about the muscles?
type of the epithelium. The muscle, it's not a good picture of the muscle, but all this right here is part of the true cell muscle. However, you're gonna see it much better on the slide. You can actually see it looks like muscle.
What did you say 29 was?
29 is the umbrella cells, the only test.
Okay.
It's shaped like an umbrella, right?
So you say.
Right?
I mean, I hope for
Yes.
the difference between the ureter and the bladder, we can really see that star.
Yeah,
shape.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If you look for the star, it gives it away, right?
Yeah.
Okay, identify the slide. What is the slide of?
Yeah, look good for an over.
Oh, don't tell me.
Right? It's the ovary, right?
Oh, Jesus.
How do we know it's the ovary?
Yeah.
Because we've seen all this. Well, what is this here? Carlos, what's this here?
One of them
No
balls.
idea.
Huh?
The ball.
This is the vesicular follicle, the tertiary follicle. How do we know that this is a tertiary follicle? We see the structure here. The space, this is an antrum. Okay? This 31 is the secondary oocyte. Okay? If we point it with 35, well, then we're talking about the mature Graafian follicle, the vesicular follicle, the tertiary follicle. Right? Now, what is this here? It looks like it only has one layer. So since it's one layer, it is the primary follicle, okay? Primary follicle. Okay, what would you say 36 is? Actually, 36 is not as nice as this one right here. What's this one right here called? Huh? Primordial follicle. Remember, primordial follicle is made up of simple squamous epithelium, right? This is also, well, it's a late one, but it's still primordial follicle.
So that's still the ovary.
Yeah, still the ovary we're looking at here, right? Now, what is this one right here? Number 37. What's the small one here called?
37?
It says one layer, right? So this is the primary follicle, and since it's one layer, what is this pointing to here?
Oh,
Probably your own side.
Huh? It's one layer, so it's pointing to the primary oocyte, not the secondary, the primary oocyte. Right? So remember, all of them are primary oocyte with the exception of what? The mature Graafian follicle. Okay?
where can we see that one? Is that not one shown on this one?
Say again?
The tetrary.
The tertiary follicle on the lab list it says vesicular follicle, or it should say mature Graafian follicle.
No, it says tetrary.
It says tertiary follicle too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
All those names are the same thing. Tertiary, right? So the only one with the secondary oocyte is the tertiary follicle.
Why do they have so many names for one thing?
Choose one.
But you can't see those.
Okay, identify the slide.
Is it the urethra?
Huh?
Yeah, no.
Identify the slide.
Yours?
Oh, man.
Huh?
Yours?
May
The urethra.
That's right.
Testes, very good, testes. Right? Now, what do we see here? A bunch of these odd-shaped circles. Each one of these is called what? So number 42 is what? Seminiferous tubule. Right? In the middle here, what do we have? Spermatozoa.
Spermatozoa.
Right? This cell, any cell that's on the outside, what you gonna call it? The interstitial cells. Right? The interstitial cell produces testosterone. You got, let's do it again. This is the testes. The testes is made up of a whole bunch of these tubules. Each one of these is the seminiferous tubules. Right? In the inside here we have the lumen, and close to the lumen we have these spermatozoa. Then we have this cell between the seminiferous tubules. These cells are called what? The interstitial
Interstitials.
cells. Okay, who could tell me what this one is?
Is it still?
Huh?
Bladder.
Okay, now what we're seeing here is a bunch of glands here. Glands. So these are uterine glands, a whole bunch of uterine glands. Now your slide, it's blue in color, but you see a whole bunch of these, right? So what is this slide of?
Uterus.
The uterus, okay? So this is uterus. So what is this whole thing? From here to here is what?
Is it the endo?
Endometrium. From here to here is the,
Myo.
and here is the,
Periometrium. Where are the glands? Okay.
question?
Where are the glands at again? Those
All
little
these are
things?
uterine glands here, all these
Okay.
uterine glands. And this here is the lumen here. So remember the endometrium is the part that sloughs off when females have their cycle, right? This is the area that is sloughing off. Okay, and bleeding and so forth. This is the area right here. Okay? Alright. Identify the slide.
Is that the name of it?
Mammary gland, okay, mammary gland. And what are these little things here? These are secretory alveoli, okay? And this right here is the
Duct.
lactiferous duct, okay, lactiferous duct. Okay, don't worry about this one. This is non-lactating breast. Okay, this is the same slide. So what would you say the slide is? Mammary gland too, right? And it's pointing to what?
Alveoli.
Secretory alveolus. And these things are what?
Lactiferous duct.
Lactiferous ducts. Okay. So in this one, I can't ask you individually. So what's this whole thing here called?
The liver. Oh,
Huh?
the portal triad.
Portal triad. Oh, it even gives you the answer here. Portal triad. Okay. Now if I point to this here, this is a cell here. That's the same cell that is here, same cell that is there. What are those cells called? Hepatocytes. Hepatocytes. Okay, what's this we're looking at?
Two.
Okay, so what is 63?
Enamel.
And what is 64?
Pulp.
Pulp, okay? So practice this in case you see a picture. Okay, what is this a picture of? The stomach? Okay.
Test.
Alright, so what is, let's start from 66. What is 66?
Secums.
It's really the duodenum, right?
Yeah.
66.
Alright, 66, really the duodenum. It's going to eventually make its way to the jejunum. But what about this right here? What is this here? You just say duodenum, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
However, I really mean to point, I should have had an arrow on this pointing to this structure here.
Is it the
Plicae circularis.
Plicae circularis. Right? Plicae circularis. It's only 11, it's
Are they
plicae
called
circularis.
circular folds as well?
They're also called central folds. Okay, plicae circularis. Okay, so this one right here is called what? What's pointing
Lesser
to?
curvature.
Lesser curvature. What is 67 pointing to?
Okay.
And what is this one here pointing to right here?
The gastro.
Lower
Which one
esophageal
is-
sphincter
oh,
or
something
your
so-
Right,
cardiac?
this is supposed to be the fencer, but which fencer is that?
Lower
The
esophageal.
gastro.
The LES, lower esophageal fencer. Now, I'll probably make this a little better and I'll put it more to the side. Okay, so if I put it more to the side, it's still LES, okay, LES.
At this
That's the
moment,
one
right?
that wasn't on our lab list, ain't it?
Huh? The lower esophageal fencer is not there?
It's not on our lab list.
Okay, alright,
That's why we
so,
got it wrong at the last one.
That's
Oh,
what.
yeah,
Yeah,
you're supposed to give us that.
right, okay.
So you don't put it on there.
So that's a quick question. So where you have 68 at, would that be considered a cardia? Or not?
You see the cardia will be much lower down, like if I circle out here,
Okay.
this is the cardia, so if I put it here and that's your region, I'll have to say region, for you to say cardia, be right about here. And if I put, sorry, my fault. Correct that on the tape, please.
I'm corrected.
Okay, this right here, this region here is the fundus, fundus, right? But this region I've outlined in here is the cardia,
So when you say more of the dome is the fundus.
Yeah.
right? So this
Okay.
top portion, if I draw a line here,
Hunchback.
everything in this region is fundus. Right about here, if I draw a circle here, that's the body. If I draw a circle here, that is the,
Pylorus.
alright, again,
So
this
don't worry
is,
about
this
68.
is the
Fundus.
fundus.
Don't worry about 68. We're not doing what's with 68. Nothing.
Say again?
We're not worrying about 68. It's not on there.
It should not be on there.
Yes, 68, don't worry about 68.
It's on there, and you close your eyes,
Right.
and you go see me.
Alright, 68, right? I am sorry for your husband.
I ain't got there. Don't worry about it.
Okay, alright, so I could move this and put it on the lower half, okay? If I put it on the lower half, then it become what? The pyloric
Pylorus
fencer.
sphincter.
Okay. How could you not have the lower esophageal fencer and you have pyloric fencer? That makes no sense. Okay. Alright, what is 71?
71.
Oh, finish
Sick dog.
Cystic duct. What is number 70?
Common bowel.
Common bile duct. What's number 69?
Left lobe.
Left lobe. What is number 72?
Quadrant.
Quadrant.
Started with a C, right?
No, Q.
With a Q. Quadrant lobe with a Q. What is 73?
Gallbladder.
Gallbladder.
What I ain't got.
Okay, this here is the
Quadrant lobe.
Isn't it?
caudate with a
lobe.
C.
Caudate.
Okay, and this is number 75. What is 75?
One ligament.
Wrong ligament. Very good.
Isn't
Wrong.
that the, what you call them? The baby fetal something?
Yeah, the-
Right?
Yep.
Okay, so what else you could call it too? The fetal something?
Oh, you mean the falciform ligament?
Yes, because you
No,
got,
the
I think you
falciform
got two
ligament.
things on it.
That's on top. Top outer side.
Okay.
The round.
Okay, so we have 78.
Lobule.
Lobule. 76.
Central vein.
77.
Portal
Portal
tract.
tract.
79.
Macrophages.
It's macrophages, but you can't see it, right? So that'll be the sinusoid, right?
Sinusoid.
Sinusoid. But what about this one, 82?
Oh, macrophage.
Yeah, the macrophage, the Cooper cell, right?
Cooper cell.
Cooper cell, okay. What about the whole of number 80? 80 and 81 is the same thing. What's that?
Do you want individual or
No.
you mean the whole thing?
The whole thing.
Oh, then the portal triad.
Portal triad, okay? I can't ask you individually, okay? I would love to, but I can't.
I know.
Okay, what's this right here? What is this right here?
Patterson.
Hepatocyte. Okay, what is 83?
Tinea colloid.
Alright, what is 84?
Cecum.
Seeker. Okay, what is 85?
Mesentery.
Military. What about 86?
Pancreas.
Would that be the
Pancreas?
pancreatic duct?
Pancreas.
Oh.
Pancreas. Now, if I had to show the pancreatic duct, I'll have to put a pointer.
Okay.
on the pancreatic duct, okay?
Okay.
Okay, what's 87?
Left,
Left lobe, what is 88? That region there.
ostra. No, no. Oh,
Yeah, the
splenic
splenic flexion.
flexure.
Splenic flexure, what is number 90?
The house.
Appendix.
Appendix.
Vermiform appendix, good. What is number 91?
You didn't do 89.
The ostra.
Bad.
Ostra, ostra.
Yeah.
I got that wrong. I need that. Thank you. And mind you,
Okay, what's 91?
Oh,
great.
greater omentum.
What is 92?
Eosecal. Eosecal.
It's a bad picture, Professor.
Okay, in this picture here, right, it's bad because of the coloring, right?
Okay.
But it's pointing to what there? If I ask you, what is it pointing to? The ilium, right? But more specifically, you'll have a better picture. It's pointing to the plica circularis,
Oh, okay.
right? But you can say anything here. You can say the ilium, the plica circularis. But if the pointer was moved, and I put the pointer all the way here,
Eosecal valve.
then what would you say? Ileocecal valve. Do you see the difference? Yeah? Okay. So again, this one right here, ileocecal valve. This here is just ilium or plica circularis. Alright? That's all I understand. Okay, let's see if you guys get this one right. Okay, what is 93?
Papella.
Renal papilla. What is 94?
Minor.
Renal pyramid. What about 95?
Oh, ooh, I'm looking at 96.
Renal pelvis.
Renal pelvis. What about 96?
Minor calyx.
Minor calyx. Okay, so what are these?
Which one?
97 is the
90, 97 is what?
It's
The
the renal
cortex.
cortex.
The renal cortex. 98 is the?
artery.
99 is the?
Renal
Renal
column.
Renal column. And 100 is the?
Cortical. Anterolobular.
Okay. Okay. So let's see now.
What is that? Is it on the renal corpuscle?
Okay. So let's say 101. It's, you see that arrow that's here? What's that arrow pointing to there?
It's just the medullary one?
That black arrow, what does it look like there?
You don't see no black
So
arrow.
that,
Okay.
no?
Tubular.
Distal.
The distal convoluted tubule is 101.
102.
102 is what?
Proximus.
Is it the juxtaposition?
The glomerulus. Some of you not seen it.
Oh,
It's hard to see that picture. I get it's the open one. That's the open. Okay, part. Where it
I see
filtrates.
you. I see it now.
Okay, let's do 105. Let's do 104.
And that's also the just the whatever, right? Or no?
No.
And what about 100?
So how would you? That's my question. Sorry to cut you off. How would you dictate? Because both of them are the loop of Henle, right?
You mean all three of them?
You know what I mean? Because I'm tired. But what I'm trying to
Coming
say.
off of the glomerulus, that's the descending and the.
Yeah, the whole thing, right? Since it's
It's the
point,
loop of Henle.
yeah, since it's point to all three, right?
Okay.
But if I tell you be specific, then I have to show you one arrow. Then you could say it's the descending limb of loop of Henle. At the bottom where it circles is the loop of Henle. If it's pointing at the top one, then you could say it's the ascending limb of the loop of Henle.
Don't do all that on the fifth.
Please.
And 100.
That's the
100.
Yeah?
What is 100?
What is 105?
100.
That's
Oh,
the.
that's the renal.
Okay, that's supposed to be 106, right?
It's 106?
Oh,
So
that
that
is
is the-
106.
Oh, okay.
So that is showing like the whole thing, right? The
The
whole
renal
thing.
corpuscle.
So you have to say renal corpuscle. Okay.
Okay.
Number 3, uterus.
Number 103, the uterus.
Ureter.
Number 103.
Ureter.
He skipped.
Don't say that. Don't say that. That's a bad word. Right? That is a bad word. Don't say that. Oh my goodness. I don't know what I was smoking, but that's a bad word.
I don't know
Okay?
what they were studying.
That is the collecting
video.
done.
Yeah, cause I would've been checked in like, hey, is it, which one is it?
107.
Okay, so 107 is what?
No, I don't know.
Some, I
It's
don't know what
fresh.
it is.
The fundus.
Fundus.
Funded.
Fundus.
The fun stuff.
Okay, what is number 108?
The fallopian,
So big men too? No.
the ligament.
So which ligament is that?
Sensory. No, it's not the sensory.
But am I telling you guys a way to remember it?
Yeah, I know.
The one that hurt.
Oh, you said it's
The
connected.
passport.
Broad.
It's wrong. I ain't wrong.
I say if it's connected, very good, ovarian ligament, right? So number 8 is the ovarian ligament. However, if it's connected to the fallopian tube, number 15 will be the suspensory ligament. Okay, what is number 109?
The fallopian.
Fallopian.
That's a fallopian tube. But if I point to this and tell you be specific, what would you call that? The infundibulum, okay? What is number 110? What is number 111? Endometrium. What is number 11? Isthmus.
Isthmus.
Okay, what is this structure right here? Cervix, right?
Right?
What is number 1?
The vagina.
Alright. Okay, so this is a picture of what we're looking at here.
It look like, it's like ovary.
I don't know what
Your
that
pictures is not the best, Professor. Come on. now.
That's the breast.
Does that look like the breast he is?
That's not the
That's
test.
not-
Is that the test?
That's not
That's the
what mine
breast.
is, baby.
Right?
What is it?
Yeah, it's an ovary.
It's an ovary.
Oh, it is an ovary.
Oh, you guys just say breast. Does a breast look like this?
I don't know, man. I don't know. It looks sick.
I'm totally lost. Okay, so since we decided that is the ovary, then right, then what's this right here?
The one thing.
Corpus luteum, 114. Corpus albicans.
Say
And
that
what
one
is
more time?
Corpus albicans? This one, Corpus albicans. What about this one right here? Tertiary follicle, vesicular follicle, or mammographian follicle. Okay, what is this one right here? 116. Primordial follicle. Right? What this one looks like to you right here? Looks like a primary, right? This looks like a primary, this looks like a secondary.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Don't worry about this one. This one is after the mature Graafian follicle releases the egg. Okay? I wouldn't expect you to know that. Okay?
So why these number people?
No, I had an advanced class that
Ooh,
I had at
fancy.
another school.
Okay, we're not advanced enough for you, brother.
Alright? So I can't ask you that yet. They're fine if I ask you that.
Are we looking at the male reproductive system?
Okay, does this look familiar to you?
Yes.
Alright, good.
Never seen
So let's say 117. What's 117? Vas deferens. What about 118?
The bladder.
Urinary bladder. What about 119? Seminal vesicle. What about 120? Prostate. What about 121? What about this blue thing right here?
Don't remember.
Pampiniform venous plexus. What about there? What's this right here? Okay, let's move on. Okay. Okay, what is 127 again? I forgot.
Something vague.
Blue pampiniform venous plexus. Okay. What is 122?
sponge or somebody.
What's 122?
Oh no.
The vas deferens, right? Vas deferens. Okay, what is this whole thing right here called?
Lobule.
Lobule. Okay, it's made up of these things. What are these called? Seminiferous tubules, right? Okay, so now what is this structure here called? This one here, this whole network here, it's called a reed testes. Reed testes.
Okay.
Who test this?
Reed testes. Okay? Alright.
At what point
All right.
does the tail of the epididymis become?
Okay, so this here is the head of the epididymis. Here's the body. And this here is the tail. And then it continues on as the vas deferens.
At what point does it become the vas deferens?
When the tube narrows, you see the tube starts to narrow here? So all this is the vas deferens all the way here. Okay, but all this right here is really tail right here. Okay. Alright, okay, what's this one right here? Tunica vaginalis. What is this brown area we have here? What's that called? The tunica albuginea. Okay, so remember, the outermost one is the tunica vaginalis. And this brown area on the inside is the tunica albuginea.
I'm sorry, it's so blurry.
Yeah, it's the color is kind of diffusing everything.
That's what it is.
Huh? It looks clear in here.
Well, you need to start, cause we ain't advanced.
Okay,
The projector needs to be focused.
okay, so what do we see here? Come a little closer. If you can't see, come a little closer.
Just serve it.
So number 130 is what? Uterus. And what's 129?
The prostate.
It's a woman.
It's a bedtime.
You need to get mad at what we're fire. Someone have prostates.
Maybe my mom.
Okay, number 131.
Ureters.
Okay, what is 132?
The
Detrusor muscle. What is 135? Rugae. What is 134? Well, 133 is what?
Oh.
Trigon.
We can't see.
Trigoon?
Yes.
So what's
What's
130?
134?
That'd be the internal ureteral
Uterus.
orifice.
Oh, I'm about to say tertiary.
134.
What is it? Internal what?
Internal ureteral
I
orifice.
see.
Which one? 133?
134.
133 is just a triangle.
So the internal
Don't ask about that one.
orifice is the little thing.
It has a little hole on either side.
Ah, okay.
They're pictures. They,
Are we done?
Alright, we got a little bit more to go. We got like half an hour left. I'm kidding.
Just remember who's still here.
Okay. Now what is number 140?
Is it like seal?
Lacteal. What's 141?
Adventitious cerebral? No.
Muscularis externa. Okay.
Oh my God, she ain't got no nipples.
Okay. What is 142? It's dilated, right?
Oh yeah.
Dilated duct.
So since it's dilated, you're gonna call it the lacteferous sinus,
And then the other one.
and the other one, the straight one, we'll call it what?
That's
The duct. Okay, the duct. Okay. What is I was gonna point it at the monitor. Okay. What are these called here?
Mama called me.
The lobes, okay, that contain what? Secretory alveoli. What is this here? Adipose tissue. Adipose tissue. What is this here called?
The muscle.
Pectoralis muscle. Okay. All right, let's call it.
Thank you.